Good morning, students. I'm back again with chemistry of standard 6. The chapter is same, mixtures and their separations. Here in part 2, we will discuss more about mixtures and various methods of separations. First is, what are the techniques that we can use to separate the mixtures? And what is the need for separation of mixtures? That we will understand first. That what is the need to remove the harmful or undesirable constituent. Undesirable constituent means those which are not useful for us, those which we don't need. You must have seen that in rice, pulses or wheat, there are some small stones or husks or undesirable things are present as a constituent in a mixture. So, to remove such undesirable constituents, there is a need for separation of mixtures. To obtain a useful substance, in a mixture of petroleum oil, various other substances, those are useful, present in it. As a mixture of crude oil or natural oil, there is a presence of petrol, diesel, kerosene, LPG, oil, paraffin wax, all these things are present in a mixture of natural petroleum oil. To separate out these different fuels, petrol we can use separately as a fuel, diesel we can use separately as a fuel, kerosene we can use. So such fuels can be used separately. So to obtain those useful substance, we need to separate the mixtures. To obtain the pure sample of a substance, many substances that are required in its pure form for making some medicines or doing some research work. To get that, there are some pure samples of a substance to obtain. We have to remove the impurities that are present in very little amount, very less amount in the mixtures. So these are the main need or necessities for the separation of mixtures. Now, in detail, we will study about few techniques that we can use to separate out these undesirable constituents from the mixtures. Some of the methods of separation of constituents from solid-solid mixture means in a mixture where both the constituents or more than two constituents are solids. These methods are hand picking, sieving, winnowing, magnetic separations. Let us discuss in detail about these processes. The first example is of hand picking. As you can see here, the woman is using the method of hand picking, means using her hand to pick the undesirable stones that you can see here, that undesirable stones that she is separating from the mixture that we are going to use. So undesirable substance are being removed by using hand picking method. Next is sieving. Here as you can see the sieve. So here is the sieve and that sieve is used to take out or to remove the undesirable substance present in it. Like here some big particles are also there. So to remove those big particles from the sand, the useful sand that we are going to use, we are using this sieve or the process of sieving. Another example is of winnowing. That is the process of winnowing in which the undesirable constituents is being separated from the mixture by using wind. How we can use wind? That here, as you can see, the girl is at some height and she is dropping the thing from some height. So the particles like the husk or the covering of the grains that are lighter in weight, that will fall straight down. The heavier grains will fall straight down and the lighter particles, the lighter covering of the grains will fall at some distance. Thus, we can separate out the grains from the husk. This can be done by the process of winnowing. Another method is of magnetic separation. What is magnetic separation? As you can see here, the crane is having a huge magnet near its end, and that can be used to separate the magnetic substance, the magnetic constituents from the junkyard. Various substances can be there in a heap of waste material like plastic material or some wooden material or some other material as well. So to separate out, we can use the magnetic separation method by removing the materials or the substances from the scrap of waste materials, the scrap of irons. Those are magnetic substance which get stick to the magnet and can be removed easily.